true measure of a nation's heart is how we treat our children. That's simple enough and true enough for us all to understand, right? After all, our children are the custodians of our collective future. And our future is of value to us, of course, because for all intents and purposes, as a race, we, the human beings of planet Earth, still don't yet quite actually know what we're doing here. We're still searching desperately for the meaning of life, same as we have been in all that we've done for the last 2,000 years. We've spent this time searching within ourselves, within our families, our communities, our countries, and even as far as searching the stars themselves for answers. And sometimes we've come close, for a while, only to stray and forget what we even started searching for to begin with. And so life has gone on, for the most part devoid of meaning. We wake up, we wash, we eat, we work, we pay bills, we drink, we come home, we argue, we sleep, we wake up, repeat. And every now and again, some of us even follow our hearts and chase our dreams, if we're crazy enough to seek out the life we actually desire. But when it comes to the business of the meaning of life and all its beautiful ups and downs, this of course is where our creatives come in. You see, we aren't so different from the children. We not only see and keep the future alive for you, but the past and present too. This is where and why the painters, the poets, the singers, the writers, the actors, the photographers, the rappers, the dancers, the filmmakers, the sculptors, and every other vessel of glorious God-given ability to create. This is where and why we matter. Our very purpose as creatives is to siphon meaning from life and present it to you, simple, so your soul can understand. Remember? Soldier Love sung it, but you felt it. He bottled up a moment in your life from his own and brought meaning to it for you. And it wasn't the first time, and it wouldn't be the last. That right there is why the state of the creative nation of Zimbabwe should matter to you. And yet, for far too long now, we, the constituents of the creative class of Zimbabwe, have been undervalued, underappreciated, and systematically treated like less than the beacons of meaning, hope, and life that we are. Over 38 years ago, another group of children, custodians of the future we now live in today, found the value in their self-worth, identified a great injustice, and set about righting it. Those young men and women, the mothers and fathers of our independence, found their meaning and purpose, and set about taking destiny into their own hands. And along the way, they sung songs of freedom, songs of war, and songs of glory. See, even then amongst them, creatives mattered. It's been just about 4 decades now since those brave children fought for the future we now have today. But along the way, they grew up and forgot the fight had ended, and forgot the time had come to sing and dance and celebrate and build. We all forgot our purpose and meaning as Zimbabweans. The taps stopped running, and in so many cases never ran again. The trains stopped running. The electricity even stopped coming to our homes. And we build solar farms, but we keep giving our money to people who don't care, who have no meaning or purpose for what they do. And while all else stopped and failed and broke our hearts as Zimbabweans, not once along the way, not once, did the music stop playing, or the films and the TV shows stop being created, or the paintings or the pictures or the sculptures stop being made for you. And yet our cemeteries are littered with all number of brilliant creative legends and leaders alike, who left with nothing to show for it, nothing for their children to build from, not a hero status, just a WhatsApp status and a hashtag for the day. The lowest point for me was when I had to read that our biggest and brightest creative light, Jah Praiser, was stoned at a funeral, no less, and we all laughed. I knew then we didn't deserve him, and that the least of us would never enjoy respect if this was our reality. Over the years, we have even tried to show you to yourselves. When Dada Tuku came through and said, "Vuma, Vuma Sakara," we should have hit the streets there and then, but the song got banned, so the truth got canned, and we let it happen. When Amara Brown released her Achilles video and a certain scene ruffled a few feathers, I laughed. We persecuted and shamed her for owning truth with courage and a bold femininity. The truth, it seems, only scares us when it's not on the pages of H Metro trying to bring down the image and hard work of yet another unfortunate creative. When Trevor D got humiliated in our streets again, we laughed. Our brothers and sisters in the South have been starved of opportunity for so long, and yet we do not fear the thought of a future that doesn't birth another Love More Majaivana. God-fearing, God-loving Zimbabweans. John chapter 3, verse 16. For God so loved the world that he sent his only son. That's probably my favorite religious idea ever. It speaks of such a selfless love. Because truly, when we make what we make as creators and give it to you, we do so from a place of love. When you strip it all away, we're scared just like you. The same way a mother is scared on her child's first day of school. It's the same way we feel when we leave our children with you. Yes, these things you call art and culture, we birth, raise, and clothe with love for you. And if the true measure of a nation's heart is how we treat our children, then I believe we can do better for our children and for our creators, whose children bring meaning to all our lives. To my fellow Zimbabwean creatives, in the words of one Tim Denning, who I found on Medium a few nights back, your value is not determined by how much money you have. In fact, the greatest value you have has nothing to do with money. And to my fellow Zimbabweans at large, all around the world and here home today, the value of each of us is in our ability to find something to focus on, pursue it, and love the process at the same time. This is the seed of all creativity, the seed every single one of us possesses. Money is the least valuable thing any of us can offer. And so, now, I am here. We are here to set a brand new standard for ourselves, a standard of love for ourselves, a more meaningful standard of life for ourselves, a black and gold standard. Black is the skin we so proudly claim, and precious is the depths of potential we carry each inside of us ourselves. Walking worlds of gold, made for all the world to know, see, and celebrate. Over the next 30 years, as the founder and leader of Tisungweda Dzacho, an online African arts marketplace with a Zimbabwean smile, I pledge to stay true to the vision and mission I set before you today. To enrich the soul of Africa by first enriching the lives of our Zimbabwean creators. This is my vision. And the fuel for our mission to build a thriving creative economy with an engaged community of 1 billion young Africans across the globe, and Zimbabwe at the very heart of it. But it has to start now, right here, today, with you and me. You see, regardless of the rocks out in Marange, Tisungweda Dzacho Dzese, and there's nothing we can't do Tikabatana Tese. And then one day TND will be a Pan-African tribe in the sky, driven by the passion for discovering and celebrating Africa's immense creative heritage. Because we are the diamonds they speak of, and I believe in you as much as I believe in myself. So I'm all in. This Africa Day, in the year of our Lord 2018, on the 25th of May, the Zimbabwean, no, the African creative revolution commences. Happy Independence Day, and thank you so much for listening to the first of what I promise will be many TND State of the Creative Nation addresses.